So since Wile E. Coyote versus Tom the Cat is gonna come out in a couple of weeks, and from what I've seen from the sneak peeks and like still frames and stuff, is I know it's gonna be a banger episode. So let's go over the r/death battle matchups and look over at the community most wanted. And I'm gonna give my take on them and like my input. So yeah, hosted by this lovely redditor and the logos by this other lovely redditor. Matchups. Alright, what does the community want? Anne versus Lewis, The Second Coming versus Henry Stickmin. Doomsday versus SCP-682. Monokuma versus Karo Sensei. The Knight versus Ori. Finn and Jake versus Mordecai and Rigby. Steve versus Terrarian. And Bendy versus Springtrap. Sans versus The Judge. Goku versus Sonic. Homer Simpson versus Peter Griffin. Freddy Krueger versus Pennywise. Amori versus Rune. Mickey Mouse versus Bugs Bunny, Homura versus Karumi, Funny Valentine versus Senator Armstrong, Flowey versus the Princess, and Yuji versus Denji. Alright. Out of these matchups, I'm hyped for most of them. The ones I'm not so hyped about are Anne versus Lewis, The Second Coming versus Henry Stickmin, The Knight versus Ori, Mickey Mouse versus Bugs Bunny, and Homura versus Karumi. Alright. I never was really into Amphibia or the Owl House. The Second Coming versus Henry would be cool. It ain't all that. I mean, let's be for real here. It ain't all that, like, in my opinion. The Knight versus Ori, it suffers the same problem as Henry Stickmin. Would be cool, but it ain't all that. Let's be for real here. Side note, Springtrap should go up against Junko instead of Bendy. It's just my personal opinion, honestly. Okay, let's go to these. Mickey Mouse versus Bugs Bunny, I do not really care about. I gotta be honest with you. I just think it's like a nothing burger to me. Homer versus Karumi, I never really cared for these two, or like the magical girls or whatnot. I've seen like the Discord. The only reason I've heard about this MU was because of the incident of the pitch. If you're in the death battle community, you know what pitch I'm talking about. The guy showed off his body pillow of Karumi, and it was just so atrocious. Oh my god. Let's talk about Yuji versus Denji. For the longest time, I was Denji. I was always team Denji. It was agreed that Yuji won, but nowadays, not so much. Spoilers. Skip ahead. Yuji lost his biggest win con, which was Sukuna. So, I'm not really sure if Yuji has what it takes. I mean, his only win con is like targeting his soul. Denji and Yuji targeting Pochita and all of that. But Denji has gotten a lot stronger and tougher, so my boy Denji stays winning. Funny Valentine versus Senator Armstrong has to happen on during November on election day. I mean, come on. They're both America, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, look. Oh yeah, okay. Honorable mentions. Okay, Wonder Review versus 096, Kira Adachi, Chucky versus Springtrap, Sonic EXE versus Red, Hellboy versus Nero, Springtrap versus Junko, Deku versus Miles. Okay, first, okay, Wonder Review versus 096, interesting. Kira Adachi, it would be cool, but I'm not really interested in it. I don't like Chucky versus Springtrap. Springtrap versus Junko is my preferred. Hellboy versus Nero, don't really care for. I think both characters are cool, but the matchup itself I don't care for. Sonic EXE versus Red should happen. I like Red. He's pretty damn cool. He's the only SCP that I've ever got. No, I meant creepypasta that I've ever gotten a nightmare of. He crawled out of my damn closet. Fuck you, Red. I hate what you did with Zach's girlfriend. What was her name? Shit, what was her name? Anyways, Sonic EXE, JC the Hyena or something. I don't know. Deku versus Miles. Honestly, I like it, but I hate that my boy Miles is getting whooped. I think I think it was like Sarah or something. His ex girlfriend was like Sarah or something, or like Sasha. I don't know. It started with an S. Anyways, all right. Community's most wanted new characters: Springtrap, Sans, Luffy, Meta Knight, The Knight, Denji, Henry Stickmin, 682, Scott Pilgrim, Koro Sensei, Liz Nocita, Omori, Flowey, Perfect Cell, Monokuma Sin, Homer, Uzi, Invincible, King Ghidorah, Steve, Commander Shepard, The Second Coming, V1, and Saber. Alright. First off, Luffy and Meta Knight have been long overdue for an episode. There's that. Everyone else is cool. I don't really care for Scott Pilgrim all that much, if I gotta be honest. Perfect Cell has been long overdue for an episode as well. It's been it's surprising that he's never been in an episode. The Murder Drones, I don't really like. They're cool. They would be neat to see. All right. Who else? Commander Shepard. I don't really care for Mass Effect, bro. Fate. I don't really care for Fate 2. V1 is cool, I guess. Steve has been long overdue for an episode. It's a shame they haven't done King Ghidorah more, but hey, they're putting him up against Deathwing, so that's good enough, I guess. Honorable mentions, okay. Anne Boonchoi. I do not care if I butchered her name. Ash Williams, Joseph Joestar, and Monica. I would really like Monica to be in Death Battle, but I don't know how they're going to incorporate her. Some suggestions say they put her up against the Stanley Parable. I just don't see it, man. It's more like a fan fiction scenario setup than an actual death battle. Anyways, our community's most wanted returning characters. Alright, Spider-Man, Luigi, Kirby, Mewtwo, Sonic the Hedgehog, Deku, Ben 10, Shadow the Hedgehog, Luke Skywalker, Scout, Metal Sonic, Mario, Samus, Donkey Kong, Goku, Michelangelo, and Captain America. Let's start with the top 10 first. Scout was done dirty in his episode against Tracer, so I think him returning, he should go up against Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Metal Sonic should go up against Cell. I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I know Metal Sonic wins, but it's still cool as hell. Spider-Man should go up against Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who else? Mewtwo should go up against Black War Greymon from Digimon. Sonic should go up against Goku. Yeah. Luke Skywalker, yeah, okay. Alright, let's go to honorable mentions. So this is who I want to refer to. Okay. Mario should go up against Popeye. Samus should have gone against Master Chief. Michelangelo should go up against Jay from Ninjago. And I will not forget me seeing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Royal Rumble, the Rumble Royale Battle Royale for the first time. They called Michelangelo you know what, if you know you know, which was really unwarranted. Captain America should go up against Kamen Rider Ichigo, which the Death Battle team has already decided. Goku has only been going up against Superman, and each time his ass has been getting beaten. So, let's put him up against someone else now, for a change, huh? Goku, if he were to return, should go up against Jin Mori. Alright, communities must want a new series to appear on the Death Battle. Undertale, FNAF, SCP, Fate, The Owl House, Murder Drones, Minecraft, Danganronpa, Toho, Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Adventure Time, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Regular Show. Alright, so first off, I fuck with most of these. There's only really one person you can use in Minecraft, and that's Steve. Fate, I don't really care for. The Owl House, I don't really care for. Murder Drones is, Murder Drones. I think Murder Drones is alright. Danganronpa would be cool. Toho, I don't care for. Ultraman would be dope. Kamen Rider would be dope. Adventure Time is okay, great. It's good, yeah. Xenoblade I don't care for. Regular show would be pretty it would be pretty funny, not gonna lie. And I really like Skips to go up against the Immortal. I think that would be pretty cool. Or like Benson going up against Nicole Watterson. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Anyways, honorable mentions. Oh boy, okay. Plants vs. Zombies. Puella Magi Madoka Magica. I don't really care for these magical girls. I don't care that Madoka has this super secret, like, deaf, like, dark, decrepit form. No matter what you show me, I've seen, like, that picture posted, like, hundreds of times. I'm not gonna watch this shit. Hollow Knight is there. Record of Ragnarok, Star Trek, and Skylanders. First off, PVZ would be really dope. Hollow Knight would be cool. Skylanders is fucking awesome. Record of Ragnarok, Death Battle, please do my anime justice. Oh my god. The anime, this series, it's just such a shame what the anime did. The animation was so fucking ass. I heard season 3 is coming out and it's animated by a new studio, I think. Please, Death Battle, please give this the respect this awesome series has. It deserves it. Please. Record of Ragnarok would be cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's my input. Those are my takes. If you want to debate me in the comments, I'd happily talk with you. So yeah. I think that's it. So see ya.